Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
大家好，我是 Bernice 老师。
We start a two-day program today in our The Origins section of your magazine. Remember that origins are the beginnings of things, and sometimes it's fun to look at let's call it the history of something. Even if it didn't start 100 or 200 years ago, we can talk about, as we will today, the story of reality TV.
好的，我们今天来看一下追根究底的部分。那么今天会探讨一些跟历史相关的啦。所以刚才Bruce老师的意思是说呢，就算它不是几百年前发生的这样的故事，我们也是可以来稍微了解。今天我们要了解的是实境节目，你追了吗？你有没有追剧的习惯呢？
Okay, let's start at the beginning. That's a good place for the origin of our lesson for today. But remember, it's a two-day lesson, so we have lots of information for you.
好的，各位大家好，因为呢这个是2天的一个节目咯，所以有非常多的资讯要提供给大家，因此大家要加油努力的学习咯。
Okay, let's take a look, of course, at the first sentence of the first paragraph.Today, so-called reality television can be found around the world.
好，我们的第一句是今天呢所谓的就叫 so-called， 这边是一个形容词来形容 reality television， 形容这个所谓的真人实境的节目，那么呢可以在全世界都可以看得到。
When we say so-called, we mean that this is a popular way to describe something. Let's say it's not official or scientific, but it's the way people refer to things.
OK, 我们用到 so-called 这个所谓的意思呢，它就是在形容一个非常常见、非常受欢迎的东西，所以呢，它并不是一个好像科幻的东西，或者是一个虚幻的东西。
One of the earliest such programs was the 1948 show Candid Camera.The earliest such programs. Here, such refers back to reality television. Going way back. Peter and I were born this year.
Oh, really?
Really?
But you look so young.
Yeah, right. Candid camera. Candid means frank, F-R-A-N-K. It means if you're saying something and you are candid, you're telling the truth. You are saying your real opinion about something. And we often say, the camera doesn't lie.
Right. That is true.
So Candid Camera was a kind of trick that a television program prepared. They would take pictures of, actually film people in unusual situations to see what their reactions would be. And it really was a very funny program.
Yeah. 好，我们来看一下这个句子呢，它的主词呢，就是说呢，这个是最早的一出，好，这样的一个所谓的真人实境的节目，它是在1948年，也就是 Bruce 老师出生的那一年哦。好，那这个节目呢，就叫做中文我们翻成隐藏摄影机。那这个 candid 这个字呢，就是指呢 frank， 所以刚才老师讲就是很坦诚的、很真诚的，好说实话的意思。那当然我们也知道这个摄影机会说实话，你不可以在他面前说谎的。好，所以他这个秀呢，开始的时间蛮早的，1948年。
Candid Camera showed ordinary folks' reactions to pranks or jokes. Ordinary folks are you and me, the public.They didn't choose people to act in certain situations. They played jokes, or a joke is usually something you say that is supposed to be funny. But if you play a joke, then it's like a prank. And that means you do something. Maybe you don't even say anything, but you do something that surprises people or makes them wonder about something.
OK， 好，所以呢，这一个隐藏摄影机这个节目呢，它其实呢是主要在表现说一般普通的人，也就是我们这些一般普通人，好，所以它用的是 ordinary folks 就是 people， 他们的一些反应。对什么样的反应呢？我们介系词用 to。那什么叫 prank 呢？ Prank 就是有点你在恶作剧，你在胡闹，就是有时候你并不是说了什么事，可能你做了一些什么事情，让人家觉得说，你怎么这样子，怎么这样恶搞我啊？好，那 jokes 那就是跟人家开玩笑，就是要说出一些开玩笑的东西。
I can share a prank with you that I will never forget in my life.
好 Bruce 老师来告诉我他曾经被恶搞过的。
When I was teaching at Mingchuan.
明传大学。
Now it's 大学.
Yeah, right.
When I first taught there, it was 三专、五专、
okay, yeah.
And the girls in the class, it was all young women back then, and they liked me, and I think they liked the class as well. One day, they put a little box on the lectern.
放在讲桌上面。
对 And they were giggling, and so what's going on? So I opened the box, and they did something with a rubber band, so that whatever it was, it jumped out, and I thought it was a cockroach.
就是盒子里面有像橡皮筋的东西，所以当 Bruce 把它打开的时候，他突然蹦跳出来，他以为是蟑螂呢。Are you afraid of cockroaches?
When they jump at me,
Okay,
yes.
好，跳起来的时候大家都会害怕。
Okay, let's finish up here. The first paragraph. This style remains common to this day. It has continued to be popular. If it's common, then it's not special. It's not unusual at all.
好，所以呢，最后一句话的意思就是说呢，像这样子的一种恶搞啦，或者是开玩笑这样的一种实境秀呢，其实它依旧仍然remains 就依旧仍然 common 就是非常普通见到的，可以常常普遍见到，也就是它非常的受欢迎啦。To this day 的意思就是到了今天，也就是 until now 到了今天都非常的受欢迎。
Okay, before we tackle the next long paragraph, let's take a short break.
好的，我们来休息一下咯。
Okay, welcome back. Here we go. First line, first sentence of the second paragraph. However, it was two shows from the late 80s and early 90s that inspired more modern reality TV. So remember, this is the origins. We're talking about how reality TV got started way back in 1948. And believe me, Candid Camera was so popular. Everybody watched it. It was really, really funny, very well presented. But it wasn't until the late 80s. Now, the late 80s would be, for me, it would be 1987, 88, 89. And early 90s, for me, would be 1990, 91, 92. 左右. It's not a perfect description of time.
好，那这边呢，第一句话里说，然而呢，它是一个这两出戏呢，分别它的时间点呢是来自于80年代的晚期，所以像刚刚Bruce老师讲，就是大概比较后面一点的时间。那么 early 90s 也是大约就在90年代初期的时候，这两个节目呢 that 都怎么样呢 ？inspire 都启发了许许多多其他的一些现代版的真人实境秀。
And the first of these two shows that they describe here, the first is Cops, showed select interactions between the police and the public. Select is special. Interactions is how do policemen do their jobs, especially when they're dealing with the bad guys, or maybe they're called to help out with some problem. And the second program, MTV's The Real World, you can see our italics here, so that's the name of the program. This program aimed to give people a view of the lives of young adults. That's what MTV was for. It was a voice for young people, and it was a way for older people to be more familiar with what young people like to watch or what they were thinking or what they like to do.
OK， 好，那我们第一部的这个秀的节目呢，就叫 Cops。Cops 它这边就直接就翻条子，也就是警察啦。好，那么这部片呢，它主要是在呈现的是 select 这个字当形容词，在这当形容词哦，是指精选的、优秀的一些互动的状况。这个互动的状况就是在谁跟谁之间呢？是在警察叔叔还有我们的一般大众。那主要他就讲说，比如说可能警察要抓坏人啦，然后大众会有一些什么样的反应啊？好，这样的一种互动。While 就是然而呢，这个 MTV 大家都知道，这个节目台原本就是呈现一些年轻人的东西，或者是让一些比较年长者也可以了解说年轻人的一些生活。所以他这边另外一个节目呢叫做 The Real World， 那我们就翻成真实世界，就直接按照这个字去翻译。它的目的呢 aim to 就是它的目的呢主要是在提供给一些怎么样呢？给人们一些 a view of， 就是可以看到它的那一面，呈现出那一面。这一面呢就是所谓青年生活的面貌。
In each season of the show, now be careful here because this season does not mean spring, summer, fall, winter. It means which year the program was showing. A group of young strangers, a group of young people usually, shared a house in a new city. So in one year it might be, say, Chicago. In the next year it might be Los Angeles.
好，所以呢他就说在这个节目里面的每一季，那这边的每一季呢并不是指春夏秋冬，而是指这个节目开拍的时候可能是在某一年开拍的。好，那在这个时间点呢就会有一群的年轻人，可是这些年轻人彼此都不认识，所以我们用到这个 strangers。 那他们会做什么事呢？他们就会共同的居住在一个房子里面 shared， 就他们一起分享一栋房子，可是这个房子呢可能是在一个新的城市里面，所以他们可能每一年呢节目开拍的时候他们都会在不同城市的一个房子里面住在里面。
The central attraction, of course, the reason people were attracted to the program was that everything in the house was recorded. It was filmed so you could see real people doing real things.
所以呢这部电影这部这个秀呢它主要的卖点就是它的 central attraction， 就是它最吸引人的地方呢当然就是什么呢？就是所有你在房子里面发生的所有的事情呢通通都会被录起来，也就是你今天在刷牙洗脸啦挖鼻孔啦全部都会被录起来了。
What made the show more appealing or what made people want to watch the program were the confessionals. If you confess, then you tell the truth. You share your real feelings or ideas with others, in which cast members, this refers to the young people who are in the house on the program, confessed, they admitted things, and shared their thoughts, often complaints about other people in the house because everybody likes to hear those kinds of opinions. They shared them on camera. That was the show.
好，所以呢这边一开始用了一个 what 这个字，这个 what 我们知道它就是 the thing which。 他们呢主要在这个 show 里面呢你会让人家觉得哇好感兴趣， appealing 就是觉得很吸引你想要去看的这个东西到底是什么呢？就是它里面呢会有这个所谓的告解室。这个告解室大家都知道就是说你要在里面说出我做错了什么事情，或者是我错了，上帝请原谅我吧等等等这样的事情。好，那在这个告解室里面呢所有参与的演员 cast members 本来是指参与这个演出的，那在这儿呢就是指这一群年轻人，就是住在这个房子的年轻人，他们第一件事情就是要去承认他自己犯了什么错，所以他要去告解一下，并且呢要分享一下自己的一些心声，吐露一些心声。不过这些心声呢通常都是抱怨，因为可能抱怨我跟其他一些都不认识的人住在一起所以有很多事情可以抱怨，那基本上就是透过这个摄影机来抱怨。
Okay, before we continue and finish today's lesson of this 2-day lesson. Let's take a short break.
好的，我们来短暂的休息一下了。
Welcome back. All right, let's finish up. One of the next big hits was Survivor. Remember, we talked about Cops and The Real World. Now we have a third reality TV program called Survivor. Someone who is able to get through a very difficult situation.
好，我们接下来看到第三个实境秀的节目，那么它也是当时呢最热门的。好，之后就是接着 Cops 条子跟真实世界之后最热门的一个节目，它的名字就叫 Survivor， 从这个字就知道了，叫我要活下去。那意思呢就是表示你会通过很多的困难啦，可是你不管怎么样，你就是要生存下去。
The show, the program, was based on a series that aired in 1997. Aired means it was put on TV so people could watch it. In Sweden, not the United States, and the name was, in Sweden, Expedition Robinson. And this, of course, refers to Robinson Crusoe, probably the most famous survivor in literature.
对，好，这个节目呢，它主要呢，它基本上就是基于呢，是一个 a series， 就是一种系列性的，它是一系列的一个节目。那这个节目呢，主要它播出这边的 aired 是当动词，就是指呢，它放在电视上面播出来给大家看的时间点呢，是在1997年。那个地点呢，是在瑞典播出的。这个节目的名称呢，就叫做所谓的探险鲁滨逊。那同学都知道 Robinson 应该是世界上最懂得怎么样求生存的一个人。
Survivor featured players trying to survive on an island. Remember, the real world was in a house in a city, but now we're going to a real island with only a few tools. So this is really a situation that is not easy or comfortable.
好，所以呢，这一部这个实境秀它拍的时候，当然就是比较稍微困难一点，因为它主要的 features 就它的特色呢，就是说这些 players 就是来参赛的这些人呢，他们目的就是要 try to survive， 我要活下来。可是活下来的地点是在 island 上面，是在一个岛上面，不是像刚才你可以在一个城市里面，在一个房子里面，你有很多东西可以用。你在一个荒岛上面，你能用什么？你就只有那么一些的工具可以使用，所以确实生活非常的艰困。
Each week, so the program aired once a week, the survivors voted to kick out one player from the group of people on the island. Only one remained after the group decided to get rid of or kick out one of the cast members.
好，那么接下来就是说每一个礼拜，这边的每一个礼拜就是在这个节目播出来的那个时候，他们每一个礼拜都会播的时候呢，这一些参赛的这些生存下来的人呢，他们必须要怎么样表决投票了 vote 就是去投票表决做什么事情呢？表决一下把哪一个其中一个参赛者把他 kick out， 把他踢出去，就是可能他们觉得你不适合这一个我们这个生存的这个活动或者是这个比赛，然后一直呢踢到什么时候呢？最后只剩下一个人。
You're fired.
对 ，You're fired 就是你终于被解雇了，你可以走人了。
All right, let's finish up. Contest reality shows have been popular ever since. Starting from Candid Camera through Cops and the Real World, they got more and more interesting, but it was Survivor that really hooked the public.
所以一直到这一部这个 Survivor 就是我要活下去呢这部片才让人家觉得说哇原来呢终于抓住了这个观众的心。所以你看我们刚才讲了这么多的不同的实境节目的这个表演，所以到了这部戏大家才觉得天哪， Contest Reality 就是这种竞赛类的，就是人要在这个节目里面彼此竞赛的这样子的一种节目呢，其实一直以来自从那个时候开始，就是自从 Survivor 这个东西开始之后呢，就变得非常非常的受欢迎了。
Okay, we have a bit more time here. There are a couple of words I'd like to help you expand your vocabulary with. In the second paragraph, the last sentence, remember we had appealing, what made the show more appealing. We could also use the adjective attractive or likable. And likable has an unusual spelling, L-I-K-E-A-B-L-E. 保留这个 E, L-I-K-E-A-B-L-E. And in the same sentence is another word that we talked about, confessed. If you confess, you admit, A-D-M-I-T. These are very useful verbs.
好，所以这边 Bruce 老师帮你们补充了2个字，一个是 appealing， 我们本来讲说是有吸引力的，所以你可以换成 attractive 或者是 likable。那另外一个 confess 就是你要承认错误，所以可以换成 admit。
All right, that's it for today's program. But remember, we'll be back tomorrow to finish up. Please join us then. Till then, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.